Hello, can you hear me?
Ma'am,
Yes.
autoboxing and unboxing.
Oh, okay. We have seen rapper classes. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Any questions in rapper classes? Do you have any questions in rapper classes or something? You can ask me if you have. Otherwise, we can move to the next topic.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Only one of you is answering. Others are still sleeping, napping time.
No, ma'am, we don't have doubts.
Okay. You don't have what, Pranjul?
Doubts.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. All right, okay. So, I wanted to start classes, but before that, I wanted to explain you. Okay, do you remember that command line arguments? Do you remember that? Okay, you don't remember. Okay, fine. Then let us explain. Then let me explain that. Okay, then we'll move to the fresh unit. This unit we are left with one more topic. Okay, let's see if we can finish both of them today. Then we can move on to the next unit. Okay. Let me share my screen with you. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So you remember this? You remember this void main, right? Void main is your favorite home function, right? Your beloved function, public static void main, right? And here something comes. What is this?
Argument. String.
Yes. We pass the argument of type string or string array.
String array.
String array, right? Okay. So you are passing the argument of type string array over here. This we haven't disclosed yet, right? This is what I wanted to show you. What is this string array? Why do we pass it? What is the use of it? Okay. So you know command prompt, right? Command prompt. Are you aware of command prompt?
Yeah.
This command prompt. Okay, good. This command prompt, whatever you mention here, say for example, I want to move to desktop with D capital, okay. Then my prompt will point to desktop henceforth, right? If I want to go inside a certain folder, like say for example, assign, then I can go inside assign, right? I can use this backslash, backslash to return to the main home prompt, right? All these things that you are passing are of which data type? Can you tell me? Data type programmatically. Can you tell me what is the data? String, right? Any command that you are using over here is type of string only, right? Now, the reason that your void main is having string is before the library classes like scanner, okay, or different other input classes also like input stream reader, okay, buffered stream reader. We are going to see this readers, in the future sessions. There is a whole separate unit of how to take inputs with different library classes. We have only explored scanner so far, right? So this is again a separate unit. We are going to explore this later on. But before these library classes were introduced in the JDK 1, 1.2, all these versions, there was no flexibility of inputting data from user once the program starts running. Mark my words. Once the program starts executing, once the program starts running, there was no method of inputting the data, okay, from user. How? I'll show it to you. Wait. If you are creating a class, okay, and you are writing your favorite function, okay, then let me save it on desktop itself. So okay, so here you can create scanners object, right? Here you can create the object of class scanner, and then you can use all the methods to input data from user. But what if inside the program these library functions are not available. Without the use of these library functions, if you were to pass some input from this command prompt or from any runnable environment that you want to, all these inputs are known as command line inputs. They are known as command line inputs. Okay, command line inputs, or they're also known as command line arguments also, because you are passing arguments here itself through the command prompt itself. But before you run the function, how can you pass? That is the question. Okay, let me show it to you. But when there was no such library class, there was no flexibility of taking inputs here. Here I mean inside your void main. Once the program starts running, there was no flexibility to take inputs. Even if you don't use any library class, you still don't have any flexibility to take inputs in the void main. If you don't import them, you cannot take input in the brackets without the use of some external library classes. But if you want to input it without using any classes, you have to use this string arguments. The reason it is of type string and not of type double is that only you cannot pass double arguments from here. Command prompt itself is a string home. It understands string only, right? So you need to pass arguments in form of string. However, there are methods that can help you convert this string to different data types that you wish to. Okay, we are going to see those methods. But initially, the command prompt is going to accept the input in the form of strings only, and that to an array, because you may want to pass multiple number of arguments, not one argument, right? You may want to pass different 10, 5,000 number of arguments that you can pass. Those are the different number of inputs that you want to pass. You want to input 6 different subject marks from user. Okay, those 6 different subject marks you can enter, which from the command prompt, which are in turn stored in this array, and then you can access it in your program. Okay, the use of command line arguments, is it clear? I'm repeating once again. You will not be able to take inputs from user unless and until you don't include or import some library file in Java. That is thing number 1. Without using that library file and through command prompt, if you wish to give inputs, then that is of type string only, and that to a type of array, because you may wish to pass multiple number of arguments. That is the reason this arguments array is always of type string and it's an array. Are you getting these 2 points very clear?
Ma'am.
Hello? Oh, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you getting this? Only Paliwad is answering. Others are still in their,
Yes, ma'am.
world of, okay, Shri is also answering. What about Vidhi?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Pranjul? Okay. Mohammed, yes. Good. Okay. So that
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
reason.
I'm here.
Okay. You are getting it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you say, for example, this is definitely of type string, okay? Argument are of type strings. Now, this is an array, right? We are not mentioning any size of this array. Are we mentioning here any size? If you were to create an array in Java, then you have to allocate this memory, fixed memory, right? Right, am I correct? This is the way you create the array. But here, when you are passing the arguments, this is not here only, anywhere, and in any of the function, we'll see this more. You keep it in your pocket, this thing. We'll see this more in functions. For any of the function that even you create, say for example, you are creating your own personalized function print, okay? You just pass the name of the variable here, in which you want to receive the parameters, right? Same way, you just pass the name of the array here. The length is never declared over here. Where do you specify the length? Whenever you are calling this print function, here you can specify the length like this. Okay, I'm just showing you one example. You are going to see more of this, okay, in the classes only. Okay, but whenever I want to call this print function, I will pass a list of arguments here. We can create arrays statically like this. This right? We have seen this here also, right? If you are creating this array, then you can assign comma separated values. Same in the case of string also, okay? You can give these values comma separated, but in double quotation because it is of type string, okay, like this. So if I'm passing one array over here, You need not to mention the size ever. You will તમે ક્યારે અહીંયા size આપશો જ નહીં. You will never give size here because this size is what size it is given from. Automatically it is decided from whatever input you have mentioned here. Right? If this array is of size 5, then automatically this array will be created of size 5. So based on the calling of this function, however number of arguments you are passing here, that will be the size of this array dynamically. You need not to mention here ke by string a equals to new string. No, this is invalid. You need not to declare the array like this because user may pass here only 2 arguments. User may pass here 20 arguments, right? So you cannot mention here. In the function's header, you never mention the size of the array. That is one thing. Another thing is, if you are not mentioning the size of any array in the function's header itself, the size automatically will be fetched from the way you are inputting the values. In our case, in argument case, the size will be automatically from where you are inputting the values. How? I'll show it to you. If you want to see what is the size of this array, I am just printing here. I'm just printing arguments dot length. Will it give me the size of the array? Is it correct? Is this statement correct?
Garbage आएगा? मैम garbage आएगा.
Garbage क्यों आएगा? When I'm calling this function, when I will execute this, when I run the program, I'll provide the arguments. Assume that I have given the arguments. What I'm asking is this the correct way or this the correct way? That is the question.
Without,
Should I keep your brackets?
without bracket.
Without brackets, right? Because
Yes.
array's length, yes, correct, very good. Array's length is always without brackets, but particular string length is always, it's a function. This is a variable. Okay, now where do we pass this argument? Let us see. I am saving this program. Okay, I am going to my command prompt. It is on desktop. No, wait, this is okay. Let me open here itself.
Ma'am, does it work as args in like we use in C?
Yes, you are right. If I am compiling this program, okay, the compilation will be successful, means there is no error. Okay, we have a class file generated. Okay, very good. Now let us try to run. When I am running the file, I will pass the arguments here. Say I want to pass the name as ABC space XYZ space 123 space abc@abc.com. Okay, whatever values you are passing here, this is complete string array. So when you run the program, this is how you give command line arguments, space separated. Every space separated value is counted as one value over here. Okay, 0th value, 1st value, 2nd value, 3rd value, like that. So how many values have we passed here? We have passed here 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so the array size should be what? 10, right? If I press enter, then it should print 10 over here. Why? It is showing the array size is 10. Are you getting how do you pass these arguments? Whenever you are whenever you execute your function, whatever arguments that you are passing here with space separated values, that will be the parameter list that will be received in this ARE. Okay, and that will be the values of ARE. If I print, if this S out will not work here, okay, if I print ARE dot length -1, you give me the output of this. What will be this value? Can you tell me? This is the length of the array. Okay, what is this? Given this input, what will this? Yes.
Array of 9 will be.
Yes, array of 9, right? Array of 9 means it is going to print the last
Array
value.
of 9 value, yes.
Right, it is going to print 89, correct? Right, very good. What about this?
First value.
First value, right? ABC. Yes, you are right. ABC, right? Let us run and check. Okay, I am running it again. Oh, did I save it? Wait, it is red colored. I have not saved it. I am saving it. I am recompiling it, and then I am running it. Right? Are you getting what is happening here?
एलिमेंट प्रिंट करेगा
हाँ, whatever you have written in the parameter list, it will print automatically. I'm just printing it. That is the reason. Yes, you are right, Bhavdi. Very good. See, Palivad, it is going to, see, I'm just printing it here, right? But see the power you have in your hands. You can even compute addition of two numbers here. You can get whatever input that you are getting from user. Those inputs you can give here itself, no, in command line arguments. Another way of inputting data from user. Are you getting it? With that input, you have great power in your hand. You can do whatever you want to do. Imagine I am writing a program to concatenate whatever user is entering. Okay, I want to concatenate whatever he or she is entering. Even if he is entering 100 parameters over here, I want to concatenate all of them. Then how will my program go? Can you help me out? Yes, Smith Kumar, you unmute yourself and talk to me. I will not switch between the windows one by one. Okay. Talk to me. What question do you have? Smith, you raised your hand. Okay, fine. If you have questions, you talk to me. Okay, fine. Okay. Imagine the question is you are to concatenate these arguments in one string. Can you help me out with the logic? I am creating an empty string here. Okay, empty string. The question is, concatenate whatever argument user is entering at runtime. I want to concatenate them and show as one statement in the output. Can you help me out with that?
Ma'am, can we do that with the way we concatenate the two arrays in last practical?
Yes, sir. This is array only. This is array only. The question is concatenate this array. Now help me out. Without loop can you do or with loop will you do? Tell me.
लूप तो चाहिए रहेगा ना.
लूप तो चाहिए होगा. Yes, क्योंकि इसकी लेंथ तक तो हमें जाना है. We don't know user will enter how many parameters here, right? He can enter just 2 also. He can enter 20,000 also, right? So we have to run till the length of the array. So loop is required. Okay, correct. I'm starting my loop with which number, 1 or 0?
0.
0.
0. Correct. Then till what point should I run the loop?
Length. Till length.
This length or simple length?
Simple length.
Simple length, correct. Then I will increment I by 1. Okay, good. Yes. Now give me the concatenation.
We need to create another array for that.
I have created one string.
Ma'am, in this string, we will input all the characters other than space.
Can you repeat the question? I didn't understood.
Ma'am, we will copy all the characters other than space.
Yes. So S equals to, how to concatenate? S plus what? What do you want to concatenate?
Array of I.
Array of I. Yes, you are right. Correct. Right. Whatever you're concatenating, this will concatenate. Initially, it will concatenate empty string and whatever you have written. Right. It will store in this memory of S. Next time when I increments, it will concatenate this thing. No. Empty plus ABC plus whatever the second value that you have entered. That is the value of S. This is the value of S now. Right? Like summation only, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
See, like summation only. It is an empty container initially, right? This is empty initially. You are getting it. S is empty initially.
Like 0 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is तरीके से होगा.
Yes, exactly. So it is concatenating ABC first, right? So S equals to S plus ABC. You think of it like this, right? Then next time, whatever is the next input that you are getting from array of 5, it will concatenate ABC with that new input. Then again, ABC plus this new input plus the fresh new input. It will add only, no, addition is concatenation over here in string, right? So it will concatenate the strings any which way, right? Is this correct now? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, if I print this, will it print the concatenated string or not? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Without spacings, I haven't added spaces over here. For however long the string you want, it can concatenate all the arguments. Okay. Java test A, B, okay, ABC, DEF, whatever string I am entering here, all these strings will be concatenated, right? Oh, this is actually, Radar is actually, you know, this, I have installed PHP, no, so it is asking me, okay, wait, not this. You know, this This is not going to work in dollar is actually starting of variable. If you know different programming languages, you will know this. Do you know that?
Yes, ma'am. PHP માં variable માટે થશે.
Yes,
Dollar
it is
variable name.
Yes. So I cannot use dollar over there. Okay. But I can use this special symbols. Okay. See, all these will be, let us not put that also. If it is yes, backslash is actually a string constant. So it is showing you like that. Fine. Okay, wait. It is going to concatenate all these strings, right? Getting it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for however number of length you are entering here, this is going to work for that number of length for the string. Whatever is the string, it will concatenate without space. You understood how to take input in command line, how to work with strings in command line, why it is always string and why it is array. Are you getting these things?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions, anybody?
No, ma'am.
Are you sure? I should have, if you are a student, you should have a question. This is, you are concatenating, madam. But what if I want to add two numbers? Will it concatenate? It will concatenate two numbers. No, what if I want to add? What about the arithmetic operations? You should have a question. Yes, you should
Will
have.
convert to integer.
Yes, you need to convert string to integer because it is always input in form of string only, right? So we need a mechanism to convert this string to integer, right? If you know the mechanism to convert string to integer, then you can always, or maybe string to any kind of integral data type, maybe double, maybe float, maybe character, right? Maybe byte also, maybe short also. There should be a mechanism to convert string to any of these data type, right? And also reverse. Int to string also should be done, no? Double to string also. If you know this conversions, you have the power to do anything. See, if you are good with integers, you can convert string to integer and then work on it. If you are good with strings, you can convert integers to string and work on it. With this conversions, you have good power in your hand, right? Anybody of you, do you know these methods? Convert string to integer. Okay, I'll help you out. You remember? Yes, somebody please. Yeah.
Do int method.
And parse int.
Parse int is there. Yes, good. Okay. So if you want to convert this string is ARE, no? Let me first show it to you without command line. Okay, I'm doing it without command line, then we can do it with command line. This is 12 over here. Okay, if I want to convert this to integer, then we have rep class method. Rep class, remember last class rep class? We have a method parse int camel case. Parse this string to integer. Okay, which string you want to parse? S I want to parse to integer. Where do you want to save? Okay, I want to set it in some variable, maybe X. Okay, I am getting one more string here. Okay, this is, say for example 34. Okay, I want to mention this statement one more time. Okay, I want to convert T, this string, to some variable of type integer, and I want to store it in some variable Y. Now, both these strings are converted to integer. They are parsed to integer. Okay. Then let me show you the output of this. Then I'll show you one more problem with this method. Okay. Okay. I'm adding X plus Y. Will it concatenate or will it add? Can you tell me now?
From 12 plus 34 over.
Yes, here it will be 12 plus 34. Okay, mathematically here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
12, 34.
Correct. You are right. Yes, you are right. Let us Java C. Okay, in Java text. Right. It is going to add and it is going to see the old string is still as it is. It is not changed. I have concatenated and I have shown it to you. It will not change. The problem with this method is if there were space, either trailing or in the suffix or in the prefix. If there are spaces over here, then the compiler has a problem with it. See what problem it is having. See. What is it telling? number format exception. There cannot be a number. This space is not a number. Write a number over here or remove the space. Are you getting the problem with this method? If your string is not an exact integer, then it's a problem. In such cases, you can use trim to trim the string out, right? I can use trim to trim this string out. If there are trailing or leading spaces in the string, then this is possible. Okay, this error will get removed if you do this. Wait, let me show it to you. This will get removed, okay? But what if there are spaces in between? Then these two are different numbers. You cannot change that. This 3 and 4 are individual numbers, right? Then the system is going to have a problem. This is the problem for the system. Why? Because it is not a number, it's a string. Are you getting the problems? See, number format exception for input string 3 space 4. Are you getting the issues here? Hello? Are you
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Only 1 or 2 are answering, others are still sleeping in the class. Do you understand this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Mohammed, Vidhi, Hollywood, okay. Maniyar, Parmar, Panjwani. Okay, good. Divya, Pala, are you there? Okay, yes. Okay, good. Okay, yes, all right, okay. So you need to have exact integer for it to process it, okay? Otherwise, it's going to be an issue for the system. It is not going to pass. Now, what if I have numbers like this? Now, can you help me out with this? I'm not using trim. Is it okay what will be the error over here? Or will it convert it properly? I don't know, you tell me.
Ma'am,
You
error?
cannot, yes, it will be an error, okay, good. Anybody else?
मैम सिर्फ 12 और P वाले में
34
34 नहीं आएगा,
Okay,
पॉइंट इग्नोर हो जाएगा सर.
बाकी सारा ट्रंकेट हो जाएगा. Okay, see, again number format exception. Did you see this? Because point is actually dot and string, right? If you were to convert this to double, then you need to use which method here? If I wish to convert string to double, just like you have integer wrapper class, you also have double wrapper class, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, now what method should what method should I use?
A double parse
Parse double dot.
Yes,
Parse double, ma'am.
yes, exactly. Double dot parse double, right? So if I mention here, instead of parse int, if I mention here double, let us see is it giving you the correct output or not, right? Double. Yes. Then the output should be saved in which data types?
Double, ma'am.
Double only, right? Exactly. Yes, you are right. Let us save it in double data types. Let us see if it can process this or not, right? Processable. Yeah? Got it? You need to have exact double value for it to double. Again, if it is float, same thing, huh? Float dot parse float, right? Boolean dot parse boolean also it is available. Byte dot parse byte, short dot parse short, long dot parse long. Anything is available. Okay. All the wrapper classes will have parse method. Parse method is always used to convert string to the destination type. Okay. Are you getting it? String to whatever destination you want to convert, you can convert with this parse method. Any questions in string to any type of conversions? Any questions in this?
No, ma'am.
Clear? Parse methods are clear. Command and argument is clear. Okay. Any questions? No questions? How is a string converted to Boolean? Okay, see, your string should have true and false. if it can have true and false, it can convert itself using parse boolean. Okay. Same with long, same with byte, same with short. You can convert your complex string to any primitive data types using the parse methods. Okay, but it cannot be 0 and 1. Kusa, are you getting it? Are you getting this? It cannot be 0 and 1. 0 and 1 is in the case of C and C++. But here you need to have either true or false. Okay. Hello. Okay, good. Yes. One more thing I want to show to you. One more thing. If you know string to any data type, you must be able to convert any data type, means destination, to string, right? Yeah? Reverse also should be possible, no? To convert any data type to string, what do you do? Let us see those methods. It's very simple. It's easier than string actually. If you know integer x is having some value 12, if you want to convert this to string, this we have seen, string dot value of, remember this in the wrapper class, we have seen this. Remember this? In the wrapper class, the last class, we have seen value of method. Do you remember this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you don't remember. Value of functions for string, any data type will have this. Wait, let me, where is it? Okay. If I show you here, you'll be able to understand all the different methods. Okay, but till then, let me show you one more thing till it opens. Okay, you can convert any integer to string by simply concatenating empty string at the end without space. One way to convert any string, any integer to string is by concatenating empty space over here. One way. Okay. Same for double also. If you have a double number, okay, if you want to convert that to string, you can convert it by just adding empty space at the end. No space here, just empty string. I am concatenating empty string at the end. It is going to convert it into string automatically, right? Now, if we print the concatenation of this, if I print x plus d, it will print concatenation. If I print, addition, if I print here answer 1 plus answer 2, right, it is going to print here concatenation, right? This is going to be normal addition. Are you getting this? I can convert any data type to string by just adding simple quotations at the end of the statement. Okay, at the end of, by concatenating simple quotations. Okay, let us see. I am compiling it, then I am running it. Right, see, this is nothing but normal addition. This is concatenation of double plus whatever that string that you have converted. Double plus integer. Are you getting this? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Easy.
Yes, ma'am.
Convert integer to string, double to string, same for long also. If you have some number in long, same thing. You need to give here L, I guess. L or something. Yes, L or small l. I think you need to give. For float, you need to give F, right? Yes, I think it will work automatically. Let us see. If it is not working, then we can change it. Same thing for this L also. You can convert L plus simple string like this. Then I am concatenating here answer 2 also, right? And here I am adding this. Okay, let us run and check. So without L, it is working, right? This is addition, this is concatenation. For any data type, it is going to work like that, right? Now let us see this wrapper class that I am telling you. Last class we have seen it. Let me show it to you. For any string that you are creating, string dot, you can have value of double, value of integer, value of long, value of float, value of boolean, char. Are you seeing this? Value of function is going to do the same thing. Value of can convert any integer to string. Okay, 2 ways of converting any integer to string. I might have used S here. Yes, that is what is showing me an error. Yes, I can convert any integer, any double variable to string by using value of function. Or another method is by just appending double quotation at the end. Are you getting both these methods? Both these things are same. Answer 3, if I use new string, or I can directly write here, string dot value of x, right? The statement number 10, statement number 14, both are same. They do only one thing, converting integer to string. Are you clear with this now?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions in converting any data type to any another? You must know how to convert string to int into string to double to string. These conversions always from string to any data type you are using parse functions, and from primitive to string you are using value of, or you can simply add this double quotations at the end. Any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Everybody's clear with this?
Yes.
Are you sure? Hello? Okay. Okay, good. An example is also clear. Command and arguments, anybody is, okay, yes, I was coming to that point. Oh, wait. Okay, now give me the answer of this, okay? I'm writing some line of code here, okay? I want you to give me answer of this. Let us run till then. Okay, and okay, and okay. What will be the output? Can you tell me? What I'm doing here? Can you guess?
Ma'am, in first it will give the addition, and second में ma'am concat होगा.
Yes, in second it will concate, right? He is right. Anybody? Is it correct? Whatever he is saying, is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Yes, you are converting whatever user is entering in the command and arguments. You are converting that to integer, string to integer, parse. Okay, you are converting that, parsing it to integer, and then you are summing it. Initially it is 0, so you are summing it. Okay, he is right. If we run and check, he is right only. If we run and check, the test I am giving here, then it is going to add and concatenate. Now, can you tell me this? Now what will it do? Hello?
Multiplication and concatenation.
Multiplication and concatenation. This is nothing but the factorial, right? Right? Am I right? If I put here whatever number, if I put here, say for example, I am showing you simplest example. That is why it is factorial. If I put here 5, then this will be 5 factorial, right? 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? 120. And this will concatenate. Are you getting how to use this string array? Any questions in how to use this string array in program?
No, ma'am.
Clear? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Only Palivard is awake. Others are having their lunch or they are sleeping, bedtime. I will be joining the session via phone, and then okay, then I can go out. Okay, you all are here. Okay, good. Okay. Now, okay, now so far it is good, then it is clear. I want to show you one more thing. Okay, remember that we have seen that you cannot change strings. Strings are immutable. Do you know that? We have seen this stack and this memory, right? This we have seen. Then if I create one more S1, then the entry as the value is same in the string constant pool, only one entry will be there. But if you create different objects like this, then they are allocated in heap. So memory is different. Then I've shown you the intern function to convert this to string constant pool. You remember this,
Yes, ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
If I print the memory location of this, then both will have different memory location, right? Same with S2 and S3, they are in different memory location, but S1 and S will have the same memory location because they are in string constant pool. This we have seen. Do you remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you remember this, then you remember one more thing, that whatever string you create, in whichever way you create, okay, be it in this way or be it in this another way, both the ways strings are immutable. You cannot change string. I have shown you this changes only in println statements. Only in SOP statements you can see the difference. You can check it out. See, if I do S plus S2, you will feel that the changes are saved in S, but actually after this, if you print S, the S value will be only hello. It is not going to concatenate. It is not going to update. It is not going to save the updated value in S. This is just for showing you. Again, S is not changing, right? You remember this? Even if you do replace, okay, even if you do replace of a certain character with a certain character, then also after you replace, S will not change. Strings are immutable. It will only show you that output at that moment, but S cannot change. It is still pointing to the same memory location. It is still just showing you that S can do this, S can do concatenation, but it will not change its own, value. They are immutable. Do you remember this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. If you remember this, then this is a problem with string, right? Do you see the problem here? You cannot change strings, right? Even if you replace, even if you extract the substring. Yes, unless and until you don't store, it will move. Yes, you are right. Now if I replace this like this, then it is an error. No, wait. Now it is going to show, it is going to replace S, okay. But with this simple replace function, it is not automatically replacing it. Now if I print S, then you are right. And it is going to save it in this S, right? But you need to save it. Unless and until whatever operation you are performing, they are performed at different memory location. Whatever operation that you are performing, whatever operation that you perform for this particular S, okay, whatever operation that you perform for this S, this is having hello initially, right? If you are concatenating it with some string S1, then this will be a new entry, hello S1. Again, if you are performing one more function, replace, okay, with E with R, whatever replace you are using, it's a new entry in the stack, okay. It's always a new entry. It is going to replace it with a new string, but this is still pointing to hello. Unless and until you don't make it point to S, this is still pointing to the original hello string, right? That is why I'm saying strings are immutable. You cannot change their values inside it, but you can make it point to the newest string that you have recently created. You are pointing it, still it is not changing, huh? Hello is never changing, it is hello only. Even if you do the same statement, okay, Panjwani, even if you write this statement like this, whatever the new entry in the stack that is created, S is now henceforth pointing to that, but hello is still hello only. It is not changing any which way. It is immutable. Do you see the limitation? Strings are immutable, right? Do you see this? There is a problem with the string, right? Do you see the problem?
Yes,
Memory. Whatever operation you perform, that many number of memory blocks will be created in the backend, right? So if you perform here 1,000 operations, then that many number of stack entries will be created in your stack. That many number of characters will be occupied in your memory. So memory occupied is more. If you want to manipulate string, you are creating new entries every time. More memory is required. To overcome this problem of strings, to overcome this immutability or problem of a string, we have the concept of string buffer and string builder. We have string buffer and we have string builder. They both are cousins only, okay? They both do the same thing. They both allow us to manipulate string. They both allow us to create strings which are mutable. Okay, if I am creating a string, wait, where is this? Okay, let me show it to you. If I am creating a string, I am storing high inside it with string class. Okay, but string I am creating high. I am doing one more concatenation operator. S class equals to high. Then this high and another high concatenation is a different memory location. If I do replace function, again a new memory location. Okay, whatever operations I am doing, new memory locations will be created in this stack. This is string. But with string buffer, you have one memory location. If you are creating hello, now if you are using the function for appending the string or you are replacing the string, whatever you are doing in the same memory block. You are not creating new entries here. You see the advantages of string buffer and builder, both are same only, right? You are creating multiple number of blocks in stack if you are using string. But if you are using string buffer in one memory allocation only, it is mutable. So you can change hello to high if you want. You can append high and high again if you want, right? You can do whatever manipulation you want to do in the same block of memory. Less memory efficient than string is string buffer. Are you getting this now? Hello?
Yes, getting madam.
Yes, madam.
Okay, good. How to create this string buffer? Where were you since so many days? I haven't seen you. You were needed in the case of string. Let me show it to you how string buffer works, okay? Same thing. If I can use string buffer with B capital, of course, okay? String buffer, B is capital, okay? I'm creating, say, for example, first string buffer is B. Okay, I'm creating an object of string buffer class. There are multiple ways to create object of string buffer class. Okay, it is in the Lang package. You need not to import it. That is first number one thing. Another thing is there are 4 different ways you can create object of string buffer class. Okay, do you have energy? Then only I'll open it up. Huh? Otherwise, we'll do it in the next class. Whatever you feel, it's a new topic. If you want this to be in the next class, I'm okay with that. But you must have energy to do this. What do you want to do?
Next class, madam. Exhausted now.
You are exhausted now. Prima is only. What about others? Okay, then it is fine. I'll open this. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Then I'll open it in the next class. No problem. But you must have energy to do this. Okay, it's a good topic. We'll do it in the next class. No problem. No issues. But any questions in command and arguments? How to convert string to primitive, primitive to string? Any questions in these topics that we have seen? Okay. Only one is answering. Otherwise, others, okay, good. Others are still, they are not answering.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, then we'll do it in the next class, no problem. Okay. Yes, Raj. Oh, wait, it is, oh, okay, wait. Ayush? Rohan?
Present, ma'am.
Vipin? Manav?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Anuj?
Yes, ma'am.
Riddhi?
Present, ma'am.
Vidhi?
Present, ma'am.
Yashraj? Gash?
Yes, ma'am.
Mansi?
Yes, ma'am.
Nikita? Manthan?
Present, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Smith Kumar.
Present, ma'am.
Devansh.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Yashang.
Yes, ma'am.
Dipen. Tushar. Yash Thakur.
Present, ma'am.
Maniyar.
Present, ma'am.
Parmar.
Present, ma'am.
Udayraj.
Present, ma'am.
Rishabh. Rishabh, you are there? Ivanshi.
Present.
Yes, yes. Janvi.
Present, ma'am.
Rishabh is not there. Huh? Okay. Ayush.
Present, ma'am.
Harshvardhan.
Yes, ma'am.
Vijayraj.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Pradhanya. Bharti, you are there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Avinash.
Present, ma'am.
Limbani.
Present, ma'am.
Arjan.
Yes, ma'am.
Maharana. Arjan, you are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Maharana. Tanmay Raj.
Yes, ma'am.
Vignesh.
Present, ma'am.
Anjwani. Sushil Prasad.
Present, ma'am.
Dhruvi. Naitik.
Present, ma'am.
Dharmik.
Present, ma'am.
Mohammed.
Present, ma'am.
Kunal. Nidhi.
Present, ma'am.
Arpit.
Present, ma'am.
Meghna.
Yes, ma'am.
Yash.
Present.
Bhavdeep. Divya.
Yes, ma'am.
Saif Ali.
Ma'am.
Yes. Samir Alam.
Present, ma'am.
Isha.
Present, ma'am.
Vibhusha. Om. Aditya.
Present, ma'am.
Utlani.
Present.
Another Aditya. Jain is not, both are there. Jain is Aditya Jain. See, napping time. Jay Dakan. Priyank.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Tushar.
Ma'am, Aditya present.
So where were you?
Ma'am, I was here.
हाँ, थे.
Ma'am, your screen got stuck in between.
Okay, okay, okay. Network issue probably. Nikita. Girish.
Present, ma'am.
Pathik.
Yes, ma'am.
Enrollment number 62. Shri is there. 61. 59. Okay. 59 is present.
Ma'am, AI 49 is present.
Vibhusha, you are there. Oh, okay, okay. Wait, wait. Alab, you are there, right? Enrollment number 65. 73. Mohammed is there. Darshan.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, Nikita Kakkar 57 present.
Oh, okay, okay, yes, yes. Jaideep. Smriti. Smriti, you are not there? Okay. Vaishali? Vasu?
Present, ma'am.
Kunal?
Present, ma'am.
Aliwad is present. Done. Yes, you all can leave the session. If you have questions, you can stay. Otherwise, you can leave the session. Okay, Alizar, you are present. Rishabh, yes, you are there. I was looking for you. Wait, I'll mark the present. Yes, you all can leave the session. Yeah, no problem. Yes.
Madam. Madam. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Pimi. Yeah. Yeah?
AI73.
Yes, I've marked you present. You can leave the session. Yeah. 73, I've marked you present. Yes, Pima, you were saying something?
Yes, ma'am. I have one question on assignment 2, madam. Can I share my screen now?
Okay. What is? Yes. Yes. You can share it.
Can you share your screen, ma'am?
I'm not able to see your screen. Yes, you can share your screen, of course.
Yes, ma'am. Sharing, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Pima, you can share your screen.